I guess just for you, this is the second year in a row that you've done this with CareSource for an exhibition. I guess just what makes that, I guess, an organization you want to work with and continue working with, I guess.
Because they're making a difference in people's lives, and I like to connect and have my program connected with those kind of organizations. I've met from the CEO all that, you're talking good people, and to be able to come here, give money to high schools and come in and do these kind of events, to tie it all together, kind of neat.
Coach Miller, how much has Coach Grant's story kind of shaped your affiliation with CareSource, mental health, and all that stuff, and getting to know him since you started here?
Yeah, well, first off, it's our second year participating as well. We did this with Ohio State last year. And so first off, just appreciate CareSource. You know, a company that's trying to do something that's impactful to young people. It's an important thing that we have to address in our society. So it's great, like Cal said, it's great to partner with a company that's trying to do great things. Coach Grant's story, it touched everybody in college basketball. Our coaching fraternity, it's competitive. I mean, we go at each other's throats in so many ways, but deep down, there still is some brotherhood in coaching. And when you see somebody that's going through something like he went through, I think it touches all of us. So last year, to do that with Dayton involved as well, it was 4 teams all involved. That event last year was impactful, and it's brought life to things that we have to do to continue to help. It's not just a one-off.
You just sort of touched on it, but for both of y'all as coaches, we're in an age now where a lot of athletes are coming out about their mental health. As coaches, how do you guys talk with your students, with your athletes, if they come to you and they're struggling?
Well, you first of all, you're helping them by getting them help. The second thing is you listen. You want to hear what they're saying. The biggest thing that was talked about out there, any kind of self-medication, there's something there that you got to deal with. And we talk about that all the time, but having people around, I've brought in psychologists for years, since my UMass days. I don't know if it was for me or the players. I think it was for me. But Bob Rotella has been associated with my programs since the mid-90s. Even back then, having kids doubt themselves. And now with these phones and all the social media and the direct messages, I really think for all of us, the reason 20-point leads aren't safe is a lot of that stuff. 20-point lead, you won the game. You went home, you lit the cigar, there's time left on the clock. Now you're up 20, there's 5 minutes to go, and you're like, I hope we win by 2. I think that all plays into it, and that's why today I mentioned about the phones. If it's controlling you, it's an issue. You control your phone. Set it down when you feel like it. Prove to yourself you can do that. But it's all what we're all trying to do.
Yeah, I was so glad Coach Cal brought light to the phone thing. It affects all of us. Like, the world's changed so quickly. Mental health has always been there. Phones have been a way that it's been magnified, or it's been made more difficult. So I was glad my players got to hear that. I needed to hear that. But as you mentioned, to answer your question, as coaches, we're mentors. Like, we're educators. I think we all got into it at some level for that. Educating in the mental health space is a part of our jobs. And then what we've learned over the last 5 or 6 years coming out of COVID was that there's certain things that we're not even qualified to deal with. And so pointing people in the right direction to get those professional resources, that's a part of our jobs as coaches as well.
Then for both of you guys, I guess, is this something you guys are planning on continuing doing in future off seasons or preseason, I guess I should say? Is that still just TBD? Or?
I would like to continue with CareSource. Again, going to the high school, this is big. I mean, what if you saved 3 lives in there, or 1 life in there, just because of this environment and what we're trying to do? So no, it's something that will continue if they'll have us. And I imagine, Wes, you're the same. Be a part of this. This is easy.
This is a no-brainer. It's great for our players and our program to participate. And I want to thank CareSource, and I want to thank Coach Cal, because we get to align with a great company doing a great thing, and then we get to align with, one of the greatest coaches in our game, running another great program. So this is a no-brainer for Cincinnati.
You've talked about the benefits of having these exhibitions over the secret scrimmages behind closed doors. Is being able to partner with a company like this one of the biggest pluses about that?
Yeah, we've talked in our press conferences back in Cincinnati that there's positive and negatives to whether you're behind closed doors or out in front.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those great positives. It really is a no-brainer.
Coach Cal and Coach Miller, whenever you can tell a player's struggling with mental health, but they haven't said anything about it, how do you go about addressing it?
When you really have recruited a young person and you're in their home and you're around them enough, you can sense something is wrong. My thing will be all the time, why aren't you smiling? Well, where's the smile? What? And if they do smile, I'm like, I love it, you're smiling today. I'm trying to make a point that, your emotions sometimes scream. And for the rest of us, we can normally, as coaches, know, we've been around them enough to know something's up. I like what he said, and I say it all the time. You got to figure out how you create joy in your own life, because it's like this. And if every dip you die, you're going to die a lot. And if every mountain you're climbing gives you that euphoric stuff, you're too much of it. How do you balance it? Create joy. Be about other people. Recognize. Be a great friend. So I think that's part of it, and I think we're both. You try to get your kids involved in community things. You try to get them involved where they're helping other people, where they see, wow, just me signing an autograph, taking pictures, being engaging, talking to people is big. And it's as big for the student athlete as it is for the people they're touching.
We saw that exercise where they asked, if you've ever felt alone, stand up, those kind of things, and the players took part. How important is it that your players are someone that can be relatable to these teenagers as they're sitting through this pep rally?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things that makes this a no-brainer to participate in. I remember sitting in an assembly when they brought the Hoop Summit game, Coach Cal, remember that years ago, to my high school. And you look up to guys that are playing college basketball, and then to allow the people that are sitting in that assembly today to see our players be vulnerable, guys they would naturally look up to. Again, it's a great thing. And as Coach said, if it impacts just one or two or three people, I mean, think about how impactful that is. And my guess is it impacted a lot more than that.
All good?
What is your message to parents as you're trying to recruit them? Because you guys are recruiting 18-year-olds to come in and play basketball at a high level. Do you have a message to those parents as you're talking to them about, how you're going to take care of their kids holistically?
I do. Proprietary. But the message is more than basketball. As you can tell what I was talking about, it's more than teaching them what professional habits are. You want to be professional, whether it's basketball or anything else, so let's talk about those habits. And then talking about wrapping it together, and can you create joy in your life? Do you even know what that means? It's not what you do for yourself, it's what you're doing for somebody else. The impact you have on somebody else. And how easy it is to do that, yet we don't. So, yeah, we talk about it, because if they're going to be professionals in any area, the ups and downs of that, the winning, the losing, how do you balance all this stuff? How do you mentally be able to do what you're doing? Mental toughness that was talked about on the video. The mental toughness, you better have strong mental health before you can worry about mental toughness. And part of that is having habits that know how to overcome some of the stuff, the thoughts.
we talk about the same thing. I think we try to make it very clear that our environment is a safe environment. Certainly, this is professional sports now. I don't mince words with that anymore, but that doesn't mean we still can't have that really safe, positive culture in our team environment every day. And then we make very clear the resources that the University of Cincinnati has available. I know Coach does the same thing with Arkansas. So it's something we absolutely address in recruiting.
Great. Are we all set?